What's the worst thing you opened your phone to? My ex Sawyer had posted a photo of a knife pressed against his wrist with the caption, "If she doesn't talk to me by midnight, this is how it ends." Every single person I knew was texting me at once, all texting me the link. My hands were shaking as I opened Twitter and saw the picture of him. The whole thing started because I finally dumped Sawyer 2 weeks earlier. I caught him making out with Sarah from the volleyball team in his car after he swore he was at his cousin's birthday party. This was the 5th time I'd caught him lying about something big. He lied about everything from where he was, to who he was with, to whether he'd even graduated middle school with honors like he claimed. I was done being the stupid girlfriend who believed everything. But Sawyer couldn't handle being dumped. He showed up at my house at 2 a.m., throwing rocks at my window. He left 47 voicemails crying and then screaming and then crying again. He followed me around school trying to explain that Sarah meant nothing and that I was overreacting. When none of that worked, he started telling people I was the one who cheated. Then he said I was crazy and needed help. Then he told everyone I was failing all my classes and he'd been doing my homework. The sewer slide threat was his nuclear option. He tagged me in the post and told all our mutual friends to message me. He said if I didn't respond to him by midnight, he would end himself, and it would be my fault. The messages started flooding in immediately. People I hadn't talked to since freshman year were begging me to just talk to him. My best friend Steph said I should at least hear him out. Even teachers were pulling me aside asking if everything was okay at home. I spent the whole day feeling sick. Kids were whispering about me in the hallways and pointing at me in the cafeteria. Someone had screenshotted Sawyer's post and shared it in the school group chat, so literally everyone knew. Girls who didn't even like me were coming up saying I needed to do the right thing. The pressure was crushing me from every direction, but I held firm. I wasn't going to let him manipulate me again. By the time midnight came and went, I was exhausted but proud of myself for not caving. I figured Sawyer would show up to school the next day acting like nothing happened, because that's what manipulators do. They make threats they never follow through on just to control you. I went to bed thinking the worst was over and tomorrow everyone would see I was right to ignore him. But Sawyer didn't come to school the next day. Or the day after that. By Wednesday, people were getting worried. His best friend Tyler cornered me at my locker asking if I'd heard from him. Sawyer's car was gone from his house and his parents were freaking out. His mom had called the police and reported him missing. The knife from the photo was missing from their kitchen too. The mood at school shifted completely. Everyone who had supported me for standing up to manipulation was now looking at me like I had blood on my hands. Teachers stopped making eye contact with me in the halls. My friends started distancing themselves because they didn't know what to say. The whispers went from good for her to she should have just talked to him. Thursday morning was when Sawyer's mom showed up. She was waiting for me in the parking lot with red eyes and messy hair like she hadn't slept in days. She grabbed my arms and shook me asking where her son was. She said I was the last person he tried to contact, and I had to know something. Security had to pull her off me while she screamed that if anything happened to Sawyer, it was my fault. The police questioned me that afternoon. They wanted to know about our relationship and the breakup and the sewer slide threat. They asked if Sawyer had any favorite places he might go or friends he might stay with. They took my phone to check our messages. The detective kept asking if I was sure I hadn't heard from him since the Twitter post. The way she looked at me made it clear she thought I was hiding something. By Friday, the whole town was looking for Sawyer. His picture was on every telephone pole and social media feed. Search parties were organized to check the woods behind the school. Divers were brought in to search the lake where we used to go on dates. His mom did an interview with the local news begging him to come home and begging me to tell her where he was. People started leaving nasty notes in my locker. Someone spray-painted murderer on my car. Steph stopped sitting with me at lunch because she said it was too uncomfortable. Even my parents were looking at me differently like they weren't sure what to believe. My mom kept asking if I was absolutely certain I did the right thing by ignoring his threat. Saturday morning, I woke up to sirens. Lots of them. I ran to my window and saw police cars racing down my street toward the old industrial district. My heart was pounding as I checked my phone and saw dozens of messages